Hello and welcome everyone to this exciting webinar today about digitalizing the circular economy, hosted by a technological company that's innovating its way towards circularity and beyond, Sensoneo, and co-hosted by myself. I'm your host and a moderator for today. My name is Vojtech Vosecky, in case we haven't met, but everybody calls me Vojta. It's been a long day here in Europe. This is where we're streaming from. I'm based in Sweden. Sensoneo is all over the world, as you will hear it. But no matter where you are, whether that's Europe, US, Asia, we're wishing you a beautiful day. And we're just getting started. People are flocking in. It's going to take a minute or two before we really get into that. So, in case you've been sitting like myself a whole day, stretch a little, shake your head, maybe grab a glass of water, because you're up for an inspiring next 59 minutes about the digital product passports. A topic that is taking the world, and definitely the world of circular economy, by a storm. So, what is it? Is it just another buzzword? Is it the holy grail of circular economy? Will it fail? Will it succeed? How does it really work? Why do we need it? And how does it look from inside the companies that are actually building it? And what implications are there for anyone that wants to work in sustainability and circular economy? This is exactly what this webinar is about, hosted by Sensoneo. And again, if you're just joining, it's a pleasure to have you here. My name is Vojtech Vosecky. Everybody calls me Vojta. I am LinkedIn's voice on circular economy. My mission is to bring as many people into the circular economy. And when Sensoneo came up with the idea, hey, we should talk about digital product passports, I said, this is a perfect opportunity. I would love personally to learn more, and I would love everyone in the world of circular economy to learn more as well, because as I already said, this topic will be big, and already it's causing a lot of headache to the world of business, bureaucrats in Europe, in US, and everyone who's doing business in Europe. So literally the whole world. So what is the digital product passport? Well, I want to start with this question for you. If you look around you, everything that you see around yourself, maybe the laptop that you're staring at, the chair that you're sitting on, the clothes that you're wearing, the nearest object, someone somewhere knows exactly what was it made of. Does it have any recycled content in it? Is it made from virgin or recycled metals? Someone already knows how much energy exactly was used across the whole value chain to get all these components together and ship it right in front of you. Someone knows how to fix it, how to take care of that. But I can guarantee you that once that thing reaches you and me, the end consumers, that information, which is critical for ensuring that we close the loop on resources, is lost. That information is extremely hard to find. And there are even whole jobs and whole departments inside large corporates whose entire job is to make sure they understand to the biggest detail possible where did all the stuff they're using come from, and explaining that to their suppliers, recyclers, and end consumers. That is until today. But it's about to change, because this is where the digital product passports are entering the game. Now, a quick note for everyone listening. This webinar is all about yourself as well. We're going to talk about the DPPs, but we want to hear from you as well. So if you have any questions, please, you can join us by scanning a QR code of Slido that's going to appear on the screen in just a second, or we'll send you also a code that you can write into your browser. So if you have any questions about anything regarding the digital product passports, please bring them with you, bring them to this webinar. Join Slido by scanning the QR code or typing down the hashtag code that you see in front of yourself into your browser, and write that question down. We promise we'll get back to you on that. We'll be voting about which questions are the most important ones. And the last 15 to 20 minutes of this webinar will be all about answering your questions. So stay with us till the end. That's usually the most valuable and exciting part about it. So what's going to happen now is that I'm going to still keep babbling for another 5 minutes, maybe even less. And there, without any further ado, we'll hand it over to the team of Sensoneo that will have a great presentation about all these important things that you need to know about digital product passports. And then as a bonus, they will even walk you through a platform that is designed to operationalize all this theory and bring it to reality. So you'll get a presentation, live demo, and a Q&A all in the upcoming 55 minutes. Again, if you just joined, big welcome to you all. My name is Vojtech Vosecky. Welcome to our webinar with Sensoneo about digitalizing the circular economy with digital product passports. I first learned about the digital product passports when I was working with a company called Nornorm. They are a furniture company, but you cannot buy their products. They're only letting offices to subscribe to them. And I was visiting one of their offices and I saw these beautiful pieces of furniture, but something caught my attention. There was a little QR code hanging above the table and I scanned it. And when I scanned it, I can tell you, it took me to a rabbit hole because suddenly on my phone, one tap away, I could see everything about that chair. Where was it made of? What materials is it made from? How much packaging was even used to get it to that office? How much energy was consumed? How much water was consumed? But more importantly, even from the owner's perspective, how can you get the spare parts? How do you maybe even prolong its life? This is a big thing in the fashion as well. Now, with a lot of fashion products like t-shirts or hoodies, you can actually scan a digital product passport, which is becoming a reality in that sector very fast. And it even helps you to take better care of the products. Now, that's just the consumer perspective. Now, if you zoom out and you think of recyclers or regulators or producers, imagine that all this information about everything that's flowing through our economy can be accessible if we make it right. And suddenly, materials and products that are flowing through our economy stop being a black hole and start becoming a resource that we have transparent view into and we can start managing. Because if you can't manage it, if you can't measure it, you can't manage it. Now, until today, the digital product passports and even understanding the material flows has been a huge headache for anyone in the circular economy, from companies to regulators to even us, the end consumers. But that's about to change. And accessing that information has been also nearly impossible. It just costs too much money, too much computing power. But with the EU ramping up its all circular economy transition, digital product passports are a big backbone of getting all that data right. As we will see, it's not just about the EU, it's also about the US, it's also about the Asia. It's a topic that's fastly evolving from all kinds of different angles, mostly the regulatory pressure, and it's pushing the businesses to push the boundaries on what we know about everything that most of the products are made of and how we distribute that information to the recyclers, to the regulators, to your supply chain partners. As I said again, make sure if you have questions, scan the QR code, join us on Slido, write that question down. People can vote about which question is the most important one. We'll get back to you in the last part of this call. Yeah, so without any further ado, I want to also just say that I think Sensoneo is a great company to learn from, and I can tell you I have a first-hand experience working with them. Back in my previous life 2 centuries ago and 2 kids ago, I was responsible for my hometown's circular economy. I was Prague's circular economy manager. One of my responsibilities was making sure that our municipal waste management, the bins that you see when you go out, when you want to separate and recycle, is also more circular. But I realized we were working with a very, very outdated system. You know, no one really knew if the bins were full. No one actually even knew how many bins we had out there. We couldn't have a way to check if the cars collecting the bins actually went there, collected it, while we paying billions in contracts to the waste management companies. And this is where Sensoneo came with sensors that we installed in many different bins on all kinds of recyclables that helped us to understand, are the bins full, and that were also helping us to optimize the transportation routes to the bins. So the cars that were picking up the plastics or paper or glass only went when the route made sense and when the bins were full, thanks to the sensors. This was an investment that paid off within just a few years, and it helped us to make our resource management in Prague smarter. Now, Sensoneo went a long way from there on. You will hear as well from them. This is not the only thing what they're doing today, and Digital Product Passport is just one thing under their belt. It's a wonderful team, and this is where I'm getting out of my depth. I'm not an expert on digital product passports, so that's why I'm so happy that I'm joined by their wonderful colleagues, namely Petr and Lenka, who will walk you through the rest. So, Petr, sorry for that long intro, but we're ready for you. We'd love to hear from you. What are the digital product passports, and why should the world of circular economy pay attention to that? Over to you.
Thank you very much, Vojtech. It was a really exciting introduction. And I would like to link to what you just said. Basically, we started from sensors, and we started with inefficiency, which was there in the waste management market. And that's with us since that time. That was 2017 when we started. Since then, we have grown really a great journey. It's been a ride. We have deployed over 50,000 sensors into 91 countries. It's a municipal waste. It's Reykjavik. It's Buenos Aires, Madrid, Doha in Qatar. It's a specialized national collection of e-waste in Czech Republic and Slovakia. It's a clothing collection of the PROs. So we are helping the waste collection partners, who are also our customers, to actually monetize their investment and to save money, get more efficiency, of course, save our environment as well. Make sure that you are not transporting air and you are really transporting waste with your proper optimization of the logistics as well. And that's how we basically transferred also indoors, not only doing this outdoors, but actually our just-in-time waste collection also transferred to factories through our customers. So factories like John Deere, Schaeffler, Veolia, Amazon, distribution centers, but also facility waste managements like big facility buildings are using our systems to really control how much waste which tenant collects or which assembly station, what is the composition of it, and also contribute to recyclability, because it's not only controlling of what's that the bin is full, but also what's in the bin, and making sure that there are no mixed commodities and the sorting can be done efficiently as well. Through this and through our involvement in logistics and take-back system, we also got a great opportunity to be part of the deposit return schemes. And now it's an amazing journey. We are now basically working on the 10th country at this moment, and we are so happy that we can support the whole nationwide collection systems, which has the biggest environmental footprint in the countries as well. And through this packaging deployments and working with the packaging customers, we actually got to know a lot of data, right? So it's working with the loads and loads of data. For your imagination, you can see 50 million transactions a day from different RVMs, collecting packaging, and again, distributing the deposits and money flows. It's a great work with the data. And that's where we are basically also fulfilling the requirements of the producers themselves, because it's of course their biggest intent to have the recyclability of their materials and get their materials back. And that's where they also came to us and saying that, look, we have many more regulations to be covering, and it's not only about the transaction, return of the bottles, etc., but let's look at what's there in the timeline. When we start looking at it, we see PPWR, we see ESPR regulation, we see battery regulations coming in place. We see a huge intention in the US to fulfill Sunrise 2027 plan to implement QR codes on the packaging and use it for basically in the sales, retail, but also for safety and material information as well. And we are not just talking about plans. We see here in the timeline that the actual plan is realistic and is already happening. Packaging and labeling is already in place since this month. February 27, we have batteries. July 27, we have textiles and apparels. That's all coming, and that's really behind our door. If you consider the production life cycle, and since the first order to the production up to the shelf, it sometimes takes 2 to 3 months. So it's really time to get ready. And we have really invested time and effort to bring all these regulations together and bring in solution for the DPP, making sure that our customers, but also everyone out there that is producing something, can actually get smoothness right through this, I would say, bureaucracy of the EU. And you will find few of the QR codes on our presentation. Please go ahead and scan them. You will get to DPP of the battery or another samples of the DPPs. Just go ahead and we'll get through that point by point. So why there is a digital product passport? Digital product passport is a solution for everyone there. It's not only European Union that is actually trying to protect the consumer. They're trying to protect also the industry. So you don't want to have a fire in the recycling plant because of not correct treatment of the battery recycling. So digital product passport is giving you the whole life cycle of the product that you are producing, starting from raw materials, manufacturing, assembling, the packaging, what is the composition, how to do it within the PPWR, am I compliant, am I using efficiently the space in the packaging, not to waste too much of the material. And then when it gets to the sales consumer, consumer knows how to use the product without printing many instructions in different languages. The reseller actually knows that, okay, this product is compliant. Then you get the authorized service. Authorized service exactly know what to do this product because he can easily access the manual, easily know how to disassemble it. And if it's not repairable anymore, of course, he can push it to the end of life. And this is going to authorize recycle, which actually can use the DPP again and the materials in there to know what he is going to handle and to handle it in the proper way without having people harmed or having any issues there with the process as well. So that's about what's the DPP, but how to get to this DPP process at all, right? European Union has launched the centralized platform this summer, and everyone is so confused how to get in, what to do, what will be the process. So we have some kind of put a short introduction of this as well. So if you are a producer or you are a brand owner, you are placing products in the market, you can be an importer, you would need to register on the European Central Registry. You can do it two ways. You can either do it yourself if you are an entity in the EU, which is a painstaking process, basically going through this verification. You need to get EU seal, you need to sign the declaration and get verified. And then you can delegate your DPP service provider to be submitting the data for you. Or you can alternatively appoint an authorized representative that will do it for you. So it can be either your office in EU that will do it instead of you if you are overseas manufacturer, or it can be a third party, which, for example, we call it economic operator, of course, in this terminology, which Sensoneo also can represent as a company and can provide such a service as well. And then once you are ready and synced with the Central European Registry, then you can start appointing your DPP platform. So you appoint DPP platform, you get on the dpp.gs, and you can start creating all information about your products. I wouldn't tell you too much detail because Lenka will be there to guide you through that process. But I just want to say that once you have your product properly registered, they get directly to the central registry through the integration. And if someone is checking on your product on the customs, for example, or local authorities, or someone wants some declaration, they can actually scan the digital product passport, scan the small QR code, and get to the data they need to verify that your product is compliant. And of course, we haven't forgot about consultancies, partners, and all your advisors who help you as a producer to get you compliant, because of course, your target is to sell your product. Your target is not to spend, 2 months on the bureaucracy. So if you are a consultancy, if you are such an authorized partner, please reach to us. You can use our platform to onboard your customers, your producers, and their products on the platform as well. And once consumer is checking on the DPP, just like you scanned the battery passport, you can see the product origin, you can see some repair data, eco data, you can see all the specification that is publicly available, and of course, it's safety content as well. If you are a recycler or a business partner for your customers, such as a reseller or a retail, then you can, of course, get access to all the compliance data. Is this product that I am purchasing from this supplier safe for me to resell to the consumers? That's an important information you get from the platform. And let's touch the declaration on conformity and the packaging, because this is the direction, the PPWR direction, which is actually in place already, and everyone needs to be compliant, and there is no time for excuses, right? Let's take this example. You have a coffee, you're selling instant coffee. It has so many packaging layers. You have a primary packaging, a lid, seal, foil, a label, and then secondary packaging of multi-pack cardboard and maybe wooden pallet. For all of these, you need to produce a declaration of conformity in every single language of the country which you are placing this product to. It's amazing, right? How you do that? You want to put a paper into every delivery? No, we use a digitized way. We generate these for you in every language needed. You get the utmost easiness of implementing this, and you can just by a single click or single scanning give this access to your reseller, who can validate it, or when the authority comes, he can actually take this from the information that he needs and show the declaration directly to the authorities. So this is what we include, and Lenka will talk about as well. And the DPP is also simplifying things. So there are things that need to stay on the label, and there are things that can move behind the QR. So PPWR labeling is talking directly about that. And of course, in the DPP content and the behind of the QR, you can put all the declaration of conformities, substances of concern, reuse, return point instructions, material compositions if needed. So all the detailed data can stay in the behind. Nobody, of course, wants you to unleash your secrets and your secret recipes. Everyone just wants to make sure that it's compliant and safe to consume, especially if we are talking about the food grade products. If we talk about batteries, that's a completely different story. There are more than 70 items to fulfill. There are different regulations, substances declarations, and regular uploads of the charging cycles. So we treat every single product category independently, and making sure that all the compliance is properly addressed based on the category. And Lenka will show you our compliance checker, and making sure that that basically you are really compliant with what European Union requires you to do. And just to conclude my part of the story, we would like to support every single product with the whole life cycle of this product. Repairability, refurbishment, the usage of the product, and the telemetry of the product, and proper, of course, recycling, disassembly, and safe disposal. This is utmost important for keeping people safe, preventing also big fires in the waste recycling companies, and making sure that really target which is needed and required also from the EU perspective is met through this. So without further ado, I will pass my words to Lenka. Lenka will show you how the platform actually works and really get a hands-on introduction of it. And please go back to Slido, ask questions if you need, or make some notes, come back to us later. And I'll just pass my word to Lenka. Go ahead, Lenka, thank you.
Thank you very much, Peter. Thank you. I hope you can see my screen, and I will now guide you a little bit through the platform. So just to give you a real touch what such virtual digital product passport is and how can you manufacturers create one. So I will now sign in the platform as a producer. So I'm signing in. And now you can see my dashboard. So I can see here that I have 8 products, I have 8 active passports, and this is basically my first view, my dashboard. How can I, this is the first thing that we're going to solve now, is that imagine that you are a manufacturer and you don't know yet what everything, all the data that you need for digital product passport, but you want to put your QR code into manufacture line, into production line, so that you can already plan for the future, so that you have it on your product and that you can start producing. So for this exercise, you really don't need much. There are different ways how you can create a product passport, and one is a manual one that I will guide you through now. And you don't need much. You just need a name of the product. It can be, I don't know, Lenka's t-shirt. If it's a t-shirt, then I will choose one of the sectors. As soon as I choose textile sector, you will see that on the left side menu, I have all new type of data that I can fill in. If I choose different sector, for example, battery, this is much more complicated because battery passport requires much more data that is there. Okay, sorry, I will go back to the textile. So I said I need a name, I choose the sector, and I need a unique identifier of the product. This unique identifier normally is a GTIN, which in Europe is known as EN code. So it is a unique code, but it doesn't have to be only GTIN. It can be also other unique identifier, but I need one to create the link. And I will create a product. I will create product. I already have it. I go back to my products. You see that I created it. And when I preview it, I already see my QR code. So if you now scan this one, you will only see this. Now I see this as a consumer. I don't see much. And this is not really the value information that I need, but I can already print it out and I can put it on my product in the production line, and I can come back anytime to add more information that is valuable for the consumer, for the recycler, for the authority. So in this way, I just wanted to show you that, yeah, if somebody tells you it's so complicated to create a digital product passport, it is not. It is just a couple of clicks. But of course, in order that it has the valuable information, you need to fill it with the data. So one way how to create it is this manual. Another way is that in our platform, you can download a template. Again, it's useful to choose one of the sectors because the data is different for each one. And you can download a CSV template. Your product team can fill it in, and then you can upload it back with full set of data or with less. That's another way how the product's passport can be created. Another one is also to connect, and because the digital product passport must guarantee the interoperability, it can also be connected to your ERP system. So if manufacturer keeps their data in their internal system through an API, this can be connected also to their digital product passport. And as soon as you update any data internally, it will also update it on the digital product passport. Still, if some of you think that all these options are kind of cumbersome, I agree. And for those of you who already know us and who might have visited the platform or are already our clients, now I will show you something new. And much easier way we are listening to you, so much easier way how to create a digital product passport is to use our compliance assistant. Of course, these days, what would it be for a platform if we wouldn't use compliant AI assistant, of course. So we do have our AI assistant that some of you might already have used for just checking about the current legislation on digital product passport, on ESPR, but also on battery regulations and especially also on the use of our platform in order to be compliant. But another way, what our assistant can do is the product builder. So with the product builder, you can actually use also other much easier way to create a digital product passport. And it is just to upload anything there. It will eat it will understand it. If not, we have to still improve it. I have here prepared a couple of options, so it can really, you can put their PDF, picture, Excel. I know that many of our clients are happily using Excel, so I can upload here an Excel. Meanwhile, I will also show you this Excel and the information that we have inside. Sorry, guys, if this is too technical, but I think it's hopefully it's useful, at least for some of you. So in the Excel, I have just some basic information about, I have here 4 t-shirts that are actually the same product, but different size, different variant. I have the material, I have origin, and some other products. So meanwhile, if we go back, you see that the game is already on, the magic happened. So the organic cotton tee was created. I can choose which GTIN, which unique code would be, let's say, the main digital product passport. And I would like it to be this one. And also for the second one. I will not do anything else, even though I can add image, I can add more information. I will just click on create all. And now I can also open the product in the editor, but these 2 are already created. And if you ask why 2 products are created and not 7, or I don't know how many I had in the spreadsheet, it's because in the tab in textile, we have variants. So if I again go inside of this product, I see the same ones that I had before in the Excel sheet, in the spreadsheet. I see that product. I see that the system has prepared the variants, the different sizes, because this is something typical for textile, that you can have one digital product passport, but the GTINs are unique for each variant, for each size, for each color. And this is also possible to create here. Good. So this is something that I wanted to show you, that, okay, these are the ways how you can create digital product passport really easily. And also how you can just basically have the QR code ready and then anytime come back and add more information. Peter also mentioned that the packaging and packaging waste regulation is something that can be solvable together with digital product passport. Well, of course, there are some of the information that needs to stay on the packaging, but most of it can be hidden in the QR code and much more. So I will show you, for example, the instant coffee that you had seen on the presentation of Peter. If I go inside in edit mode as a producer, so I see this one is a sector food. Even though food is not a sector that is obligatory anytime soon for the digital product passport, but still, why not to have it? Why not to have it already? If I can inform my consumers, if I can inform recyclers what to do, not in this case with the food, but with the packaging. Because if it's food, if it's textile, most of the sectors have packaging involved. And this is why in DPP.gs, we included the product packaging in all type of the sectors so that it can be included. So I will go directly into it. And you see that here I have already created a 3-layer packaging. So in case of this instant coffee, it is the glass jar, but glass jar is not the only material that is what we call the primary, the consumer packaging, but it is the glass jar, it has a label, it has a lid, It has a protective foil. So basically this, what we call primary packaging, can be made of 4, 10 components, and this all can be included inside. So to make sure that the material, to make sure what material it is made of, but also some other, I would say, less practical, but more compliant stories, like for example, which EPR registration is it part of in the country, and in case of, for example, plastic bottles, in some of the legislations of also which DRS deposit return scheme is it part of. So this for you might seem, yeah, a little bit administrative, but it is a big burden, I believe, for producers who have to have what is it called declaration of conformity for each layer of the packaging. So here we have the glass jar, we have the 6-pack foil, and we have the wooden pallet. Of course, if you go to the supermarket as a producer, you normally come in contact only with the first primary packaging. So when the magic happens here, that if I include the packaging information and I go to the documents, I can create my declarations of conformity in line with the packaging regulation directly in here. And in Europe, it is required that this is all provided in all the languages of the European Union. I mean, in all the languages where your product is placed to. So this way you can easily generate and save the declarations of conformity in all the languages that you need to. In English, in Czech, in Polish, Maltese, whatever you need, you can create it right here. You can also copy the link of each of these declarations of conformity and share it with your retailers, who are normally the ones that need such document. Okay, let's go back. So again, this is the dashboard as a producer. So I just repeat that I see this view as a producer. But we have also other possibilities to sign in as a platform, and it is as a partner, as somebody who is taking care of the producers and their products on their behalf. So I will now sign out as a producer, and I will sign in as a partner. And I know what I saw before, the list that we have here on the call are many ESG consultants or consultancies that basically help the producers on what to do with all this new headache, with all the work. And this is why we also thought of you, and we also work with different PRO organizations. So basically, you can help your producers to manage this. So this partner view is something that we prepared for you guys. So again, we have some basic information about which DPP scans, which digital product passport were scanned. If I have some new members in my portfolio, now I see I have only one member, and I see that the digital product passports under my supervision were scanned by all these countries. Yeah, Singapore is one of the first ones because I'm based there, so that's why. I have the invitation link, so I can share this one with my clients or with my members. And below here, I see the members. So if I go inside, I can actually manage the digital product passports on behalf of my members. In this case, it is just one passport. It is the battery one, which you have already heard that it is the most complicated one. So if I click on the view, this is how the consumer can see the digital product passport. I see that it is the first version. This is also something that is very important to guarantee that the digital product passports are valid for 10 years. And in case of declarations of conformity for packaging, it is 5 years. So this is why the versioning is very important, because if you buy product today, but you review the passport in a couple of years, you need to know which one is your version. I will not scroll down to make you more headache on the product information about batteries, but this is really full. I mean, you can also just scan this code and see the same information. It is really really massive. Good. If I go back, I can see again the battery passport, and I wanted to show you one more feature, which is to create the serial numbers. Because some of you might know that for some digital product passports, it is enough to have one QR code. But for electronics, for batteries, it is important to have a unique QR code on every single battery. We are speaking about EV batteries or big batteries that are part of the legislation, and how to create this. So if I click on these 1, 2, 3 numbers, I can here inside create infinite number of QR codes so that I can also use it again for the production. So if I click on new batch, and yeah, I can put, for example, the sequential 2026 a lot 1, 2, 3, 4, and I want to produce 1,000 batteries with padding of 8. I will generate the batch, and I can download in the zip file and also in the CSV in the zip file the all QR data matrix codes, and in the CSV all the list of the unique links of every single battery. Why is it important to have this unique QR code on the battery? It is mainly well, it is because it really should serve as an individual product passport, so that you also know what happens later in the whole life cycle of that product. So in case of this concrete battery, I want to know if it's recycled at the end, if it was properly recycled, or if it had to be somehow serviced. One of the possibilities again, and this is something that all of us can use, is the digital product passport for service or for repair and refurbishment. So in this case, again, sorry if I sign in again, but I can sign in as a imaginary. I mean, take all these companies as demo companies. It doesn't mean that we have Acer here. So here you see that this laptop passport, if I click on it, I will see that if it was concretely this laptop in the past, if it was refurbished, if there was a battery replaced, and again, if this concrete laptop will come to a service shop and they will scan with their device the digital product passport, they can add more information of what has been happened with it, and at the end it can be also either transferred ownership, that's also one of the information that we save here, or at the end if it was recycled properly. Good. If I still have some time, and well, yeah, I actually don't. So I will leave it here, because Vojta said that the most exciting part of all this is actually the Q&A. So in this case, I will stop sharing and let's go to the Q&A. But if any of you is excited about the platform and its all features and would like to know, please write us on contact at dpp.gs, and we will come back to you when we do the next demos and seminars. And now let's go to the Q&A.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Lenka and Petr. Well done, both of you. Let's give the team of Sensoneo a warm digital applause, which is silent, but still it means a lot. Thank you so much. I learned a lot. And now it's over to you, our audience just watching. So please, please, please if you haven't done that, we have a ton of questions in Slido, but those who still haven't asked, go to Slido, type down the code, the hashtag code. If you just go to slido.com, if you see the hashtag, scan it, scan the QR code. We talked about a lot about QR codes, and ask a question and vote about which question do you feel is the most important one. We'll go through it. You'll have a chance to reconnect with the team afterwards as well. But let me get started with some that have the most amount of votes and are really interesting as well. First, over to you, Sensoneo. I don't know if it's for Lenka or Petter, but do you work with external consultants slash advisory partners to help SME producers implement DPP compliance? Or is that handled entirely in-house by your team? And Petter, keep it short
I can
so we
reply
have
that
time
one.
for more questions too.
Yeah, I'll be really quick because I think we touched this part a little bit on my presentation and Lenka as well. We are really open to cooperation with consultants, advisors to producers, because we know that, and I personally know many producers, regardless they are in Europe, they are in Taiwan, China, or wherever, they always reach out to their compliance partners to ask, what should I do there? How do I make myself compliant? Can you help me? And this is a place where consultant advisors need certain type of tool, but also need their knowledge about the legislation, need knowledge about the compliance. And this is where we come as a platform. So we are not consultants. We are not a company that is going to provide consulting services out there. We are there really to be a technological partner for the DPP, and that's our main aim. So please feel free to contact us. Please feel free to write to Lenka, myself, or to Sensoneo directly, and we'll get back to you, organize a call and discussion about that. Yeah.
It's awesome. Next question is, how do you make sure that all the required information is there? Does the platform flag anything missing?
Yeah, that's a good question, and I'm happy somebody asked this, because actually this is something that is there. I didn't have time to go into details, but yeah, we have a compliance check, and I don't know if you have noticed when I was showing it, there is like a green or red light. So if there is a green light, everything is in order with the current state of compliance. If there is a red light, it tells you what is missing and where you should still add it.
I maybe just add to that we as a technology provider is not validating whether your data are correct or not. We are just checking whether they are there or not there. So that's the principle, right? So responsibility over the validity of data is still with the producer. Of course, with your happy advisor as well, if he is the one to be responsible for this. But we are just providing a platform, making sure you don't miss anything. So that's our main target.
That makes a lot of sense. For anyone who just joined for any reason, we're having a Q&A now with Sensoneo about digital product passports. Please join us in Slido, scan the code, write the hashtag down, ask a question, or vote about the most important question. We still have plenty of time to answer anything that's on your mind. The next question is, across your live implementations, is upstream supplier data collection proving to be a bigger challenge than platform configuration or not?
Maybe
I mean, if I may.
You want Lenka or?
I mean, basically what we so far see, again, we are not consultants, but we see that a lot of producers struggle to get all the data. So I think also this is one of the reasons why it is good to start somewhere, because you will not have all the data on the day one, but I think the goal should be to get the data on your suppliers and downstream and upstream on the way. Peter, sorry, go ahead if you want to add.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to complement that there are so many regulations that in the future you would need to comply. It's again, Vojto, so it's a bureaucratic world, right? But it's about the safety and the environment as well. but you need to get ready. So making a DPP, placing that QR will secure a compliance spot, right? And then once you are getting the data and compliance documents into the platform, sometimes it may take 3 months, sometimes 6 months. It really depends to what is the structure of your product. But it's better to have something rather than being rejected on the customs on the first look just because you don't have it there. So, and our platform allows you to create a DPP and be adding the data on the go based on different regulations. So you can start with PPWR packaging items and declaration of conformity or compliances, and then slowly push the data also for other categories as well. So let's do it step by step. Start with the most hottest topic and make sure that your products are compliant on the market.
That's great. Now, and again, keep those questions coming. They are popping up in Slido. Keep voting about the ones that are the most burning ones. Scan the code or just write Slido and then type the code down and let us know. Now, next question is, what happens if the final product is partially produced in a region that is not enforced by regulations to use Digital Product Passport?
If it comes to Europe, it still needs to comply. So I think if we look at the perspective, it doesn't matter where the product is produced. If it reaches any of the European countries, the regulation applies. So if it doesn't matter whether it lands in Sweden or it lands in Slovakia or it lands in Norway, and where it's produced, EU doesn't really care where it's produced. It needs to be compliant. So the message is that regardless where your product is partially produced or fully produced, I think it needs to be compliant as well. So that's very important.
Okay, great. Next question we have is from Robert. He got 3 votes, so it's on top of the list. Do the stats in a DPP represent the values for that particular object, or an average value for a batch of objects, presumably of the same model product?
It's an interesting question, and it gets to my kind of manufacturing experience and touch with the producers on the level of the material, right? So the material composition sometimes has certain variations, and sometimes it's floating, but you need to put something into the spec, right? So if you have some little amounts, you need to always average it, and this is your specification. So of course, EU regulates the compliance with certain of the substances to the certain levels. You need to get your value, your specification, which you can guarantee under that level, and you always put to DPP and to any of your specifications always the values that you can guarantee. That's utmost important as well. So I would say it's up to you as a producer whether you take the average from specific batch to define your specification, which is usually the case, or whether you have a design target spec which you want to comply to and you put that one. So of course you need to monitor the compliance as you go, so it does not happen that you are suddenly non-compliant because you exceeded some of the regulatory values as well. So that's about the methodology responsibilities with you as a producer.
Okay, thank you so much. Next one is about the environmental impact. How is the environmental impact calculated by your tool, and which LCA background database is used?
We don't calculate the environmental impact. This is something that maybe I think Peter mentioned, that we are not experts on this. So we provide a tool, but the data that is inserted is calculated by the person that puts it in.
That's straightforward. This one also, I mean, all of this interests me too, but this one, how does this I just moved. Where did that question go? Yeah, there it is. How does this relate to the possible adoption of digital DRS across the world? And for anyone who's not aware, DRS means deposit refund system. So if you live in Europe, you buy a plastic bottle or can, you pay a little bit extra, and when you bring it back to the supermarket, you get that deposit back. And that's how we, in some countries, achieve almost 97% of collection of the plastic bottles and very, very high recycling rates. So how does the deposit refund systems relate to digital product passports across the world?
Yeah, I can maybe reply first in more general way, because this kind of opens a Pandora box of various different use cases and applications that you can use this small QR code with certain data, right? So the question is directly to deposit return schemes, deposit refund schemes. That's basically a very good use case where in the future, this type of QR code can completely replace our current barcodes, for example, and we can use QR codes to go with the deposit return schemes and make it more digital, apply maybe more simpler ways how to collect. This, of course, Sensoneo has a huge chapter about this. If you check smartdrs.com, that's what we do every day as well, and we focus on digitization of the deposit return scheme market as well. So again, it's one of the use cases, very important and interesting one. And you can come out, and everyone can come out with 100 different use cases how to benefit from having the QR code with certain data, and what you can further link to it, right? Because at this moment, you link through your camera, it gets you to a certain platform, but that platform, it also identifies certain IDs. That ID can relate to something else. You can create various different combinations of use cases which can basically exist there in the future. So I would say it's limitless.
I like that. Last question from the audience. Then I have a bonus question, which is a bit tricky because I did not prepare Petra and Lenka for it. But last question from the audience. What are the odds for the DPP enforcement to be delayed?
I mean, I think I cannot reply this, but my personal opinion is that it will be delayed because EU legislation is very often delayed. But why not to be ready already today, right? I mean, this is what I would do, even though it is not obligatory. Why not to start using it and also leverage your own brand to do it? Peter.
No, I agree. And I would not say that it's gonna be fully delayed. So it's not delayed because it's partially already there, and you can already use DPP for a certain type of compliances, right? So it's it's existing, and it's evolving, I would say. And the evolution on, I would say, G2G level or governmental level, or EU is a sort of government as well. It's very complex process, and if it's delayed, it gains you more time for certain items. Like there was a substances declaration of conformity requirement that was supposed to be already in place this August. Nobody is ready, and it was prolonged till next year. And everyone is happy that it got prolonged, so they get more time to prepare and really get to the supply chain to actually get this data, because that's a nightmare. So I think sometimes small kind of volatility of having certain delays would help for helping the supply chain to get ready. But I don't see it stopping, right? So it's going to continue, and it's going to go forward. And maybe you can gain half a year, you can gain one year for certain parts, but it's going to happen. So it's better to implement it now. Yeah.
100%. Okay, well, if you are listening and would like to learn more, visit Sensoneo's webpage or their solutions webpage as well. I think they're going to put it on the screen in just a second. Get in touch with the team. As you can hear, they know everything about this and they're happy to share. And if you have an interest in circular economy, please just be mindful that I'm opening up a next cohort to train and certify circular economy professionals to make it profitable and scalable. That's the big question we ask. But coming back to this webinar and to Sensoneo, please get in touch with their team. Head over to our webpage. I'm sure there's going to be more details shared from this webinar. Petter, Lenka, thank you so much for being so knowledgeable and able to share such a complex topic as well, and for pushing the boundaries or what it is. So without postponing and go over, I want to thank also everyone listening today. It's been wonderful. Please get in touch if you have more questions. And Petra, I'll give you the last word in last sentence if there's anything that you'd like to add.
Thank you very much. So we are really happy that you find time to actually join the webinar. It's the most important to spend time to learn, to explore what's there, what's available, what can I use, how can I involve my partners, how can my product get qualified, and do not hesitate to contact us. We will get back to you all with answers on the questions. You will be able to get access to the webinar in case you missed partially or you missed the whole thing and you were registered. So feel free to contact us. We'll be happy to get in touch with you and get the conversations running. And thank you, Lenka. Thank you, Vojto. It was really great. Thanks, everyone.
Have a great day, everyone. Thank you, and see you soon again.